Today I'm going to make lazy dumplings. This is Mongolian lazy dumplings. You wonder why it's called lazy dumplings, because you don't have to make each individual dumplings. That's why it's called lazy dumplings. Like that. And this. Ooh, so hot. You want to come and try it? Come and try it.
Okay, we're going to make the dough first, because the dough needs to be kneaded and also it needs to rest. And I'm showing you the receipt here because I just wanted to show you how much I spent for those main 3 ingredients, which is meat, flour, and onion. And the rest of the seasoning was just in my pantry. Okay, so some people do like to add some salt into this dough. It's really personal preference. I just like to add some salt because it just enhances the flavor. For the water, you can use lukewarm water or you can just use the room temperature water. And if you have never made any dough, then the first it's going to be quite messy and challenging. But if you do it a couple times, it's going to get easier and easier each time you make it. So you just mix the water with your flour and then put it on the clean countertop and make your dough. And I'm just showing you this package of Costco ingredients just to show you it's going to be easier for you to go and then find those things. And then as you just noticed, we're using steaming pot. And the dough needs to be kneaded about 8 to 10 minutes. And we're going to let it rest about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, so I like to buy big bulk of meat, and I'm just using 1/4 of it. And the rest of them, I just like to put into Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to put it in the freezer. Okay, so here I'm using half of the onion. We're going to chop this in smaller piece. I like to just buy things from Costco because they have pretty good deals. And this organic no salt seasoning is my go-to seasoning. I like to add pretty much to most of my dishes. And you know, I like to use the pink salt all the time because it has a good minerals instead of just using the regular salt. If you like garlic, you can use more, because this time I'm just using four cloves of garlic, but you can add more. So pretty much as far as with seasoning, you can add anything you like. You can literally just season it with just salt and pepper, onion, and garlic. Okay, mince your garlic in small pieces. And now we're going to add little water, because adding water is going to make this feeling nice and a little more juicy. And then I'd like to add some oil, because oil is going to make it more spreadable. And I'm using olive oil. You can use any type of oil. Now we're going to just mix this together. Oh, by the way, I put all the ingredients and measurements down in the description below. If you click on more, you will see that, how much I'm using of each of these ingredients. I make this food sometimes when I feel like I don't have much of time. The only time that you're going to spend more is making your dough. But the rest of them is pretty simple. Now you see my dough is nice and smooth. All the water is absorbed. Look at that, how beautiful this dough is. So we're just going to divide it into, you can just eyeball it, you can divide it into 4. And we're going to just roll it and put it underneath of covered bowl in order to not to get it dried out while I'm working on one of them.
Okay, now going to sprinkle some flour. Now I'm going to roll it into thin sheet. This part is a little bit of challenging if you have never dealt with any flour dough. But if you do it over time, you'll get better with this. First few seconds is especially difficult. Once you have this about 5-6 inch in radius, then it's going to get better, easier. Sprinkle some flour, roll your pin over like this, all 4 sides. At this point, it doesn't matter which side you're going to go. The goal is just evenly flatten the dough. And the beginning stage, make sure you sprinkle some flour. Towards the end, we're not going to put too much dry flour. So it prevents the sticking to the countertop and also on your cutting board if you're using cutting board. And also it prevents the dry flour is going to prevent sticking to each other and sticking to your rolling pin. That's why we're dusting with some flour. Then every now and then you can stretch it like this as well. You can just try it all different ways and see which one is going to work easier for you. It's just experience and practice. We're almost there. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now, you see how thin this is? It looks like this if you look through the window. This is nice and elastic. If you notice some edges a little bit thick, then you can reinforce with your rolling pin and make it a little bit thinner. Now let's go ahead and check it out. You see how thin it is? I can almost see my hand through. It's this much. And if you look through the window, this much. And because it's rested so well, gluten formed, so that's why it's not tearing. Just like this. And then I put it down. Now I specifically measured all the dough and all the meat, so we're not going to have anything extra. So we're going to divide this meat into 4, like this. I kind of visually do it. By visually, I just divide it. You can do that too. You don't have to be very precise. Like that. And then we're just going to spread this evenly throughout this flat dough. So the reason it's called lazy dumpling is because this part, imagine if it was individual dumplings, you have to wrap each of them individually and pinch it. But this one, you literally just flatten your dough and then you spread your meat around it. And we're just gonna roll it like a cinnamon rolls. Okay. Remember we added some oil into it, like 2 tablespoons of oil, just makes it easier to spread. I know the ground beef has its own fat, but I just like to add a little bit of oil into it, into my filling. Okay, so you just have to spread it evenly, just like that. This is good. Do not worry about being so perfect in the first try because you're gonna get discouraged. I don't want you to discourage. This is very delicious meal. You can surprise your whole family and enjoy it. We're going to wrap this out. You can either start from here, anywhere you can, any place you can start. So I'm going to start right here. So you're just going to tightly roll it over. As you notice, the edges is a little bit, I have left a little bit of room on the edges. Then you see why. Just end like this. And then you see this open side where I'm going to put it die upside down. I'm just going to gently press here on the edges. Same thing with the other end. Just going to gently press it here. That is pretty much it. So the rest, the steam pot will do the rest of the job. We're going to spray a little bit of oil. You can spray pan or you can grease it with butter. Then you can just, with butter and oil, you can just kind of spray it like this. And then this, just lift it up very confidently and just put it right in there. Okay, now we're gonna put this on the side. And then we're gonna work with the next one. Just repeat all four, same way. Like that. As you notice, I'm putting a lot of flour in the beginning. Because as you keep rolling this thinner, all this flour is going to prevent the sticking and also it's going to absorb it into the dough. If you notice some extra, you can dust it off, no problem. And then just keep rolling it. It's another workout. I'm sweating already. This dough becomes really nice and elastic. Okay, this is our last one. Last one. As you notice, this part gets on the bottom. Like that. Now the water is boiling. We're going to just gently put it in there. Be careful with hot heat. Like that. And put the other one. So since I have 2 tiers, I was able to put 2 on each. So it's altogether 4. So we're going to cook this 25 minutes. Like that. Wow. It looks good, smells good. Look at that. Okay, now, for me, I can handle it with my hand, but for you, be super careful. Like that. Let's go ahead and cut that and see what's going on. Ooh. Let me show you like this. Ooh. I think we better put it on the plate and show you what's going on. Okay. So this is the Mongolian easy, lazy dumplings. You can eat it with any kind of salad with it. This. So typically people try this without even fork, okay? So I'm just gonna use my hand. Cheers. You gotta try this. Very delicious.